Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Kelvin, and I wanted to show you guys another game from the 2020 Altibox Norway Chess Tournament, and that is the game between Levon Aronian and Jan-Krzysztof Duda. It is the eighth round of the tournament, and it's been very exciting so far. We've had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of shocks. Duda actually just beat Magnus Carlsen a few days ago, and that was the first time he had lost in about 2 years. And so I think the streak was like 125 wins or 125 either wins or draws. Basically, no losses in 125 games, and that's just insane. I mean, it's just crazy to think that you can go that many games and not lose, and you're talking about playing the best players in the world. Um, so yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this game. Like I said before, I'm gonna go ahead and just do some light commentary as the game plays through. It's not a very long game, so it's not gonna be too time consuming here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. All right, so we have e4, c5. So we have the Sicilian defense, knight to f3, g6. So it starts off as a Hungarian, but then with c4, we have the Maroczy bind. It's just a very common, c4, e4 type of, setup. It tries to stop like, early, b5 advances and just, tries to get a, really good center going. Yeah, so we got queen takes. All right, d6. And now with the d6 move, we have so it's the Sicilian Maroczy bind, Gurgenidze variation. And so let me see it. So a lot of times when you have people that'll castle to one side, or they'll fianchetto to one side, you'll see this you'll see this queen d2 bishop e3 setup that tries to dislodge this bishop here from g7 because it's a very strong bishop. And it's very good in the defense of the king and the drag in and maybe it's like perk classical type of structures and stuff like that. Anybody who plays the Sicilian Dragon Yugoslav is gonna recognize this structure here with these pawns. And so if you notice when we have the trades, Aronian takes back with the c pawn, so he can open the c file up for his rook. Like I was saying before, you want to have your rooks on open files. So he's trying to dislodge the knight, and so a5 stops that. And the knight is trying to redirect and get to a better square. So basically, so we have knight to b4, rook to d2, rook down. All right, just keeping the structure solid. All right, so we got rook back to c2, knight back to b4. So basically what you're seeing is them, ideally, like I said, you want to have the rook on the open file, and you want to bring that knight down in there and on b4 and attack a2. And so you're basically just kind of fighting back and forth, trying, with the ideal placement of your pieces. So neither one of them really wanted to give. So it's at this point that they went ahead and drew. So like I said before, they're going to go ahead and go into a Armageddon playoff to see who will actually win the round. Now, something I want you to notice about this position here, though, is this pawn here. Now, earlier, let me see, it was move, what move was it? It was move 20 that Aronian pushed this move. Now, if you guys remember, that bishop was sitting on this square here. And so this move, this g5 move, it makes it really hard to push this pawn and this pawn. And we had the bishop here, so it was giving some good influence into that square. But this is actually a pretty common in-game concept. When you have this type of structure here with the pawns, usually when you push this pawn forward a square, it basically freezes these pawns. And in games like, especially when you have like a king, that might be, on the other side of the board or something like that, other side of the board, it really restricts the movement of these two pawns because, the king won't be able to get back in time to, prevent this pawn from promoting and stuff like that. And so this is a case where this one pawn kind of freezes these three pawns in place and doesn't really allow, any expansion on this side and stuff like that. So, Like I said, they just kind of grinded it out to a draw. Neither one of them wanted to give, and they just kind of kept trying to, maximize their, their rook here and their knight here. So I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next video. I'll be making a video in a second on the Armageddon playoff game between Levon Aronian and Jan-Krzysztof Duda. All right, thanks guys.